Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, September the 9th. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of our leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am so excited to get this training on with Coach Will and Coach Seymour. But first, a quick trip to the Newbie Corner. So this morning, I got up, got my workout in, and I was thinking about something that's so relevant to all of us. I believe it was a presentation that Holton Buggs did. Well, he said that, I think it was oh God, I don't remember the name of it. But when I mention this, you'll know which one it is. But he said how you do something or one thing is how you do everything. And I was thinking about that when I was working out, and I was like, wow, if I start slacking off with my my exercise, um it's gonna show. If I do that, if that's that one thing that I start slacking off with, what else am I slacking off, or would I be slacking off with? So think about that. When you're doing things, everything that you do, always give your best. And this is mainly for me because I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but we all try to do our very best. So whatever you do, keep that in mind at how you do one thing, whether it's recruiting, whether it's following up, whether it's just showing up for yourself, is how you do everything. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, a seven-figure earner at our green organics company at HBN, and our first six-figure earner at Gold Asana. An amazing teacher, always has great advice and good insight on how to build your business. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
I am available, Miriam. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And yeah, no, I appreciate you bringing that quote back to everybody's memory. How you do anything is how you do everything. And that is a pretty good general rule for most of us. And I remember hearing that quote when he did that training years ago, and it still is just as relevant today as it was back then. And you are not wrong. And that'll apply pretty much to every aspect of everyone's life. You can watch how someone does their network marketing business. Thank you, Jessica. I think it's a nice jersey too. Our jerseys will actually be here tomorrow. They got overnighted from the manufacturer. I saw the proofs. I was going to share the proofs, but the proof was so cold. I just want y'all to be pleasantly surprised. So, so that's that. Y'all see them this weekend, and you can have them on. The dress code for Saturday is going to be black. Unless you have a jersey, then you can wear the jersey. If you don't have a jersey, just do us a favor and wear black. It just makes for better pictures. And then on Sunday, because it's Social Media Sunday in the city of Nashville, and then we're taking a little drive, and we're going to be doing Social Media Sundays out in nature if the weather permits at one of the most beautiful waterfalls in the country. We're going to show you how to get your social media to another level for attraction marketing and recruiting purposes. Y'all are going to love it. Anybody who enjoys nature, we are a health and wellness company. We are plant-based. So every couple of events, if the timing's right and the weather's good, we do some physical stuff. And I don't remember how many people climbed that mountain with us right outside of Denver in Colorado Springs. But if you were there in Denver and you climbed that mountain with us in Colorado Springs, Coach Charlotte, will you ever forget it? Will you ever forget that moment? I'll never forget Roz, Roz and Lakira, Coach Marcus. Rick, ladies and gentlemen, if you come into Nashville live and in person, you are going to make memories that will never go away. And you are going to build relationships that will just, quite frankly, never go away. It's one of the most amazing things ever. I'm about 99.99%. Coach Marcus, I did apologize for getting us to climb that mountain, but I fell down the mountain and almost died. Just giving y'all a heads up. Roz Mayo put the work in. Rick Burnett had to give me like some cloth to bandage up my wounds because I was bloody coming down the mountain. It was crazy. It was bananas. We will not do that one again, probably. A lot of people, they wasn't built for it. They wasn't about that work. But we're gonna do something more tame, but just as beautiful. In Nashville, it's gonna be amazing, and I cannot wait to. Yeah, Coach Charlotte did it. She said she refused to leave her team behind. She made sure everybody made. It was amazing. It was one of the most amazing experiences in my network marketing career, and we owe it to everybody who was there. So we're gonna run it back in Nashville. It's not gonna be that bad, but still dress comfortable and wear good footwear because I mean, waterfalls, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And we'll keep praying for amazing weather and we should be good. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, Nashville is going to be incredible. I'm 99.99% done with the itinerary, the training, the speakers. Everything is going to be amazing. And I always say this, I don't want to overhype it. The training that you get in Nashville, it's going to change everything for you. Notice I'm not saying it could change everything for you. Whether or not you are online or in person, it will change everything for you. And the number one thing you can do is bring somebody with you. The number one thing you can do if you're going is to bring somebody with you. If you're online, you ain't got to get extra ticket. Pack people at your house so they can watch on your Facebook account. It is going to change everything about how you view your business. Just trust me on that. It's going to be amazing. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the man of the hour. Oh yeah, and Coach Tina Rose Hume will be training there as well. We had the pleasure of training alongside her in St. Louis with Jessica and Dee Dee as well. That was an amazing meeting. And that was just a little tip of the iceberg of what Coach Tina's got. She told me what her topic was today. I'm not giving no secrets. I'm gonna let it be a surprise for everybody. Y'all are in for a treat. Success is never found in your comfort zone, and Coach Tina's gonna help you find that success and make you a million times better about getting out of that comfort zone. But the training she's doing, I don't want to give away the topic. It's fantastic. I can't wait to be there for that as well. Also, too, thank you, Dr. Dorothy. I did reach out to Tiara today. Nakia sent me some updates as well. Definitely keep Tiara more in your prayers. Everything went smooth, but we're just hoping for a rapid recovery for one of our top favorite people in the world and one of the top up and coming leaders in the network marketing industry. That's Tiara Moore. So make sure you're praying for her and don't be afraid to reach out on Facebook and just let her know that you're thinking about her. Tiara's the real deal. If you've ever had a chance to go to a boot camp and you've met her in person before, like the ones that Coach Charlotte and Kenya and Roz and Carolyn and Gina Wilson put on, and Coach Sonic and Derek and Lynette do in Roswell and in Atlanta and up that way, you've had a chance to meet her and you know she's the real deal human being, and we want her to have a fast recovery because she's awesome and she deserves that. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring us to the stage my brother from another mother. I love this guy. This guy, Dr. C, I said doctor, I'm thinking about Dr. Lorena's on the call. Coach Seymour Greenwich Blake, retired military veteran, six-figure earner at multiple companies in network marketing, and is a man typically of few words. And that is why when he speaks, when he trains, even when he comes to an event and he decides to bless the crowd with some wisdom, it is always, always, always impactful. And I couldn't be happier that he really has taken on the mantle this last quarter of the year to really assist with these calls and really do his thing and make it his own. So Coach Seymour, and also too, quick point, he is leading, Myrtle Ross, Clarence Hubbard, and many others are I think right now they might be the fastest growing team in the company. In Go to Sana for sure. One of the fastest growing teams. The volume is amazing. People are joining. People are duplicating. People are getting their business started successfully with his organization. So, let's bring him to the stage. Coach Seymour, are you available, sir? I don't want to
Yes,
brag
sir.
on him
Yes,
too
sir.
long.
I
I'm
am.
gonna take up. You got it, brother. We appreciate you, man. The floor is yours, and just let me know when you wrap it up. We'll be here taking notes.
Okay. Thank you very much for the introduction. And I want to say myself, I love you too, brother. It's always been great. Every time we get together, we always have some great get together and sit down and talk. And I really appreciate the introduction. So tonight, it's going to be real, real good. So I'm telling you right now, get your pen and papers ready because there's going to be some nuggets thrown out there. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get off camera so I can, like always, focus on my notes that I'm gonna be bringing to you tonight. So tonight's topic is Where am I? Let me go right. Where am I at? Where am I at? People will not see your vision the way you see it, but you got to keep going. Let me say that again. People will not see your vision the way you see it, but you got to keep going. Normally, I'll start my training with a question, but tonight's going to be a little bit different. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start by basically letting you know the truth about why every dreamer, every leader, every builder must understand. And that is that people will not see your vision the way you see it. They won't always understand your vision the way you understand it. And they're sure not going to always support you. And some of the times they'll even laugh at you. And just think about that. How many times have you reached out to somebody, told them about a vision that you have? They might not necessarily laugh in your face about it, but they tell you stuff like, man, I don't think that's going to work. Man, I've done that, something like this before and it didn't work for me. You're going to hear that. Okay. But the reason why, the reason why they don't see the vision the way you see it is because God didn't give it to them. He gave it to you. He gave it to you. One of the things that we say a lot is, I am glad to be in a circle with people with the same vision. That is not a true statement because everyone does not have the same vision. Yes, we in this circle right here. Some of us on this call right here. And I've said it, but I had to start understanding that we all have different visions. So we're not in the same circle of people that have the same vision. We're in a circle of people that have the same mindset. Okay? We all in the mindset of wanting to be healthier. We have the same mindset of wanting to be financially set for a family, but we don't have the same vision. We can't allow people that don't have the same vision that we have to take our dreams away from us. Because when you lay down at night and you have a dream, and you wake up and you went to work or to a friend's house, or you met somebody and you said, man, I had this dream last night. Does that person say to you, I know, I saw the dream? No, they don't. So if they can't dream the same dream you have while you're having it, how you expect them to have the same vision you have when you bring it to them? Okay? When I first started chasing my dreams, people doubted me. Some of them even said to me, man, that's never going to work. Some told me I was wasting my time. What if I would have let those people that said all those negative stuff to me make me make the decision that, you know what, you're right, this is not going to work. I'm wasting my time. Would I be where I'm at today? Some of y'all know my story of where I came from and where I'm at today. Okay? I constantly talk about the What Hurts You board. So today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about the vision, because if you've been working on your What Hurts You board, you should be working your way out of that. So once you work your way out of that, now we're going to talk about the vision. Okay? So we can talk about three things of why people don't see the vision the way you see your vision. Number one is why people don't see your vision. Number two, why you can't afford to wait for their approval. And number three, how to keep going anyway until your vision becomes reality. Okay? So let's start with number one, why people don't see your vision. As I said earlier, people don't see your vision because it was not given to them. God didn't pull a group of us together on a committee and said to us, you know what, I'm going to start handing out dreams. I'm going to start handing out visions. He whispered your vision to you most of the time when you are by yourself, when you are stressed, when you're thinking about, man, I need to do something. That's when you got your vision. You didn't call everybody on this call and say, hey, look, I'm going to give Coach Will a vision. I'm going to give Coach Marcus, Kara, Myrtle. He didn't say that. He got you by yourself when you was alone in a quiet place, and he whispered your vision to you. That is one of the reasons why other people don't understand it. It's because it's not their assignment, it's yours. Number two, people only see through what? The lens of their own experiences. If someone has never built something big, how can you allow that person to understand why you're chasing something that is bigger than yourself? You don't go on the phone and ask a barber to cut your hair. You have to go sit in that chair. Number three, people are often what? Blinded by what? Fear and doubt. Man, I don't know, man, I'm doubting myself. I don't know if I'm gonna make this, if this gonna work for me. Man, nah, I don't want people saying, man, you doing one of them skip pyramid scheme stuff. Don't allow that to blur your vision, guys. Because your boldness is what will challenge your comfort zone. Your fate exposes the excuses. And instead of waiting for them to clap for you and criticizing you, go with it. Okay? Don't be surprised either that when people don't get it, the bigger the vision, the fewer people will understand it. Don't be surprised if that happens. Number two, the danger of waiting for validation. That can be very dangerous because some of us, we're sitting around waiting for what? For someone to tell you, man, I think you know what? That's going to work, guy. But let me warn you, nothing kills dream faster than waiting for some validation from somebody else. A lot of us are sitting on $1 million ideas, $1 million ideas, world-changing vision. But guess what? We wait for our family to approve it. We wait for our friends to clap for us and say, you know what? I think it's going to work for you. Let me tell you the truth, guys. They'll never believe. What if Martin Luther King would have sit around and wait for validation for everybody to approve what he wanted in life? Would we have ever heard the I have a dream speech? What if the Wright brothers, would have wait for everybody to approve that they will be able to fly a plane? Will we be flying to Nashville the next couple of days in a plane? They didn't wait for validation. They just went ahead and kept going. They kept trying. They kept doing till it was successful. So this, I want y'all to look. I want you to do this. I want you to look back and I want you to say to yourself, I don't need your validation. Tell her, even if you have to just say while you're sitting there by yourself, I don't need your validation. And why you don't need it? Because you already have your vision. Stop waiting for the applauses and start walking into purpose, guys. So how do we keep going towards our vision? We got to get practical. When people don't see your vision, don't let that stop you. Keep going. You got to stay anchored to your dream and to your why. Okay? When those big Navy ships out there go out there on sea, and then they have to stop to do their surveillance stuff, what do they drop to make sure that ship don't move? They drop their anchors. We got to start doing the same thing. We got to start anchoring onto our whys. And now, like I said, we're talking about our vision. We already went through the what hurts you board. And we're going to assume that most of us got some of those what hurt us off the board. If it was one or two items, you got it off the board. Now you're working on what? Your vision. You got to anchor down on it. Because when the road gets tough, guess what? Your why will keep going if you anchor down onto it. My why is my family, my legacy. Ask yourself, what is yours? Take a second and just think about it right now. What is your why? What is your vision? We got to start walking by faith and not by sight. What does that mean? It means faith means moving forward even when the path in front of you is blurry. How many times have we got up early in the morning to go to work and it's so foggy outside that we cannot see 100 feet in front of us? Did you still make it to work? You did because you was driving by faith. Okay? You actually have to see that victory before you see it. When you get in that car and you start that car and you start driving, you're driving by faith. You got trust that God gonna guide you to your destination. But you don't have faith in yourself. Why is that? God said he created us in his own image. So if he created us in our own image, how can you have faith in him and not have it in yourself if you were created in the same image as him? Let's start waking up and think about what we're doing, what we want to achieve in life. Okay? You got to start surrounding yourself with what? Believers. If your circle don't feed your vision, find a new circle. When we as leaders plant the seeds are what? Our team members, right? Those are going to be the seeds that we're going to plant. If we don't have all of us around on here that's on this call helping us to water those seeds so they can grow. And when I say water the seeds, I'm not talking about literally grabbing a mug of water and pouring it down the mud to make sure that your plants grow. I'm talking about watering the seeds of the system that we have in place. If we start taking that system and feeding our seeds, which is our team members, and those team members start accepting those systems and start working the system, watch your vision come to life. Okay? Because if we don't water our team with that system, what are we actually doing? We're not allowing them to grow, we are choking them. We're allowing them to fail. I want to use that other word. We're allowing them to fail. You got to take consistent action, team. Because dreams without actions, you're basically hallucinating. I want you to do something daily, even if it's small. Daily, again, even if it's small, because consistency will start to compound. It will start to grow on top of growing, on top of growing, on top of growth. You got to start celebrating the small wins. A lot of us are waiting for that big win before we start to celebrate. Okay? Don't wait until the end to celebrate it. Every step forward is basically proof that you are closer to getting to your goal. In my office, I have a set of rings on one of my trophy thing. When I hit 50K, I didn't wait to get a 50K ring. I'll be getting it in Nashville. Well, guess what? I went out and bought my own 50K ring for me because I was celebrating what I won. When I hit diamond, I didn't wait to get to Orlando to get my diamond ring from Coach Will and Coach Marcus. I went out and purchased me a diamond, a ring with a big diamond inside of it. And that was me celebrating me before I was waiting for all the applauses from everybody else. I want you to do this tonight, tomorrow, whenever you get this chance. Go on Facebook. And while you're on Facebook, I want you to post something to this. I went out today and I got my interview. And when I got back home, 3 hours later, I got a call saying I got the job. And watch how many loves and like and congratulations you're going to get. A few days from now, go in and said, you know what? I decided to turn the job down. I decided to start my own business. Got involved with a network marketing. And watch the same people that was praising you and congratulating you, watch what's going to happen. I want you to let me know if those same people came and said, man, congratulations, gave you the love, gave you the heart. Watch what happens. Because they don't have the same vision that you have. So how can you expect them to have the same goals and achievement that you want to achieve if they don't have the same dreams and achievement that you have? Okay? Stories of visionaries, right? I'm gonna give y'all some stories from visionaries. Walt Disney, he was fired for what? Lack of imagination. Look at where we're at today when it comes to Disney. Colonel Sanders failed over 1,000 times before what? KFC was what? Launched. Again, like I said earlier, the Wright brothers, how many times did they try that before they finally was able to fly, even if it was for a few seconds, but it was achieved. Oprah was told that what? She wasn't fit for television. Now she have her own logo with her name backwards. Okay? They all had something in common. They didn't stop when people doubted them. They kept what? Going until the world had no choice but to see their vision. The same thing can happen for you. The same thing can happen for you. I want to do a little test. I want everybody to close their eyes for a moment. And while your eyes are closed, I want you to picture the vision inside of you that you have. The business that you want to build, maybe the health that you want to have, the finance that you want to be able to have and to leave a legacy for your family. Now I want you to imagine this. It's 5 years later from now. And you stayed on the course. You continue to keep going forward. You didn't let nothing stop you or hold you back. And now what? Your vision became what? Reality. What does it look like now? What does it feel like? And then I want you to look around and see who's standing with you. Who's benefiting because what? You didn't quit. So if you do this and you envision that vision and you start working towards that vision and that vision becomes a reality, it became a reality. Why? Because you didn't quit. And now I want you to hold that picture in your heart. Okay? Because that's why you must keep going, guys. That's the reason you got to keep going. Like on my calls, at the end, I always have a call to action. Here's the truth. People may not see your visions today. They may not clap for you today. They may not believe you today. But guess what? Your responsibility is what? To convince yourself that you got to keep moving. You don't have to convince nobody else but you. Because if you stop, guess what? That's going to stop. Your vision going to stop. It's going to die. But if you persist the vision, it's going to live and it's going to grow. And one day, guess what? It's going to shine so bright that the whole world going to see it. They're going to see you on Facebook. They're going to see you on Instagram. They're going to see you when you walk in a room, they're going to know who you are. So I want you to repeat this to yourself constantly. No matter who doesn't see my vision, I'm going to keep going for it. I'll say it again. No matter who doesn't see your vision, you're going to continue going for it. Because remember, they ignored you at first. Some of them even laughed at you. And then at the end, they all join you and, oh, I knew you were going to win. But before you wait for them to validate it, you validate your own self. I want to thank you guys for being on here with me today. And back to you, Coach Will.
Man, Coach Seymour, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all didn't get them notes, that's on y'all. And at the end of the day, when you succeed, which you inevitably will, it happens just like Coach Seymour said it's gonna happen. The people who doubted you, the people who didn't believe in you, the people that they're gonna be your biggest fans, and a lot of them gonna have their hands out. I kid you not. Never supported you, didn't like your post, didn't buy a product, didn't respond to your Facebook message. It happens exactly how he said it's going to happen. And I'm glad he brought that up because you're going to need to know that. Because if you don't know that that's going to happen and you're not already been prepared on the front end, like Coach just told you, sometimes you'll let them people bleed you dry out of what I call a misguided sense of military loyalty. Okay, and that's a concept. Military loyalty in MLM is bad, and the military is good. Let me tell you, MLM loyalty, military loyalty comes from that movie. How many people remember the movie? I forget the name of it, but the guy goes, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth, right? What movie is that? It was Tom Cruise or Jack Nicholson. I forget the name of the movie. A Few Good Men. Okay, that's how it is in network marketing when you finally win. When you win, which you inevitably will, or you whatever winning is for you, and you achieve your top reasons why list, and you done work your guts out to build this business and took all the nose on the chin and kept fighting back and falling down and getting up and falling down and getting up and falling down and getting up. It's going to be a thing where it's a certain type of loyalty that you may have to certain people in your life, and it's going to be military. It's going to be hardcore loyalty, but it's going to be a thing. You know that person never had your best interests at heart, and they just being around you now because you winning. And when we tell you that, it's the truth, but you can't handle the truth. You don't want to hear the truth about the fact that network marketing shines a flashlight on a lot of your relationships and shows how weak they really are. I'm going to say that again. A lot of people do not like the fact, they don't like the truth, to hear the fact that network marketing, when you keep doing it, it's going to shine a light, a flashlight on relationships that were not as strong as you think they were. It's a blessing and a curse, but that's the way this business works. Let me ask you, what business are we in? What business are we in? If I were to ask you that, okay? No. Let me make it clear. Our real product is people. That's what y'all are thinking. Coach Marcus got me now. Thank Tommy. Okay, Tommy got it. Let me. I want to make sure I make that clear. So I asked you the question because if you answered people, it's my fault for not making it clear. Our real product here is not Nova Coffee. It's not Mind, Body, and Soul. It's not Fulvic. It's not Go-Go Sticks. It's not our real product. Those products, like Nova, for example, can go out of stock tomorrow, but you're still in business. So it's obviously you're not in the coffee business or the fulvic acid business like a lot of people in network marketing think. We're not in the health business, okay? We are in the leadership development business, period. If anybody ever asks you what kind of business what business are you in, we are in the leadership development business. Why? Because leadership moves products. We're in the leadership development business. Yes, we have some health and wellness products that we are very passionate about, but as far as the business we're in, thank you, Kenya, we are in the leadership development business. Products get sold because leaders move them. Distributors come and go. How many people know dozens, probably hundreds of people join HBN and go to Sana every month and come and go? How many people know that? Distributors come and go. Okay? Leadership moves products. You give me one Coach Tina. I will take one Coach Tina over 10,000 temporary distributors. I don't care about the upfront money that 10,000 distributors bring. Leadership moves products. You give me one Coach Marcus. You give me one Miriam. Just one. Just one. Somebody who's committed to go down the path and move their business forward and become the success that they always knew they could be. Because distributors come and go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the leadership development business. Now, that being said, since we're in the leadership development business, what is our real product? This is what everybody had correct. What is our real product? Yes, there it is. There it is. That's our real product. That's our real product. And that's any network marketing company, but 9 out of 10 network marketing distributors have no idea. They think they're selling patches or lotions or pills or software services. They don't even understand the industry. Okay. We build people and people build the business. If you understand that, type that in the chat to imprint it on your subconscious mind. We build people and people build the business. Okay. We build people, people build the business. And what person do you have to build first? What person do you have to build? Thank you, Rhonda. Yes, you. We have to build ourselves first. We build people and people build the business. Understand that. Okay. Temporary distributors come and go. Okay, come and go. But leadership moves products. Leaders are going to move 10 times more product than any distributor could easily. Not even up for debate. Now, because this is the last call that I have to do with y'all, the last opportunity that I'm so privileged to have with you before I see your beautiful faces in Nashville. This will be the last mindset call on getting ready for Nashville. Have the last couple of calls been making sense about getting yourself in the right mindset for an event of that magnitude? Has it been making sense? Okay. Now I want you to imagine every couple of years I do this particular little mini training. I want you to imagine that there is 100 pieces to the network marketing puzzle, or maybe 100%, either one, doesn't matter. But I want you to understand there are 100 pieces to this puzzle. And if you understand the pieces I'm about to give you the overview for, the 30,000-foot bird's eye overview for, you'll be ahead of 90, maybe 95% of network marketers in this industry who've ever done it. A lot of people in network marketing get to, I don't know, $10,000 a month, and they have no idea how they did it. They have no idea. So when the organization all falls apart, I just told you the story on the last call of 4 people that was at $10,000 a month. I could have told you about another 4. They get to $10,000 a month, have no idea how to keep it together because they don't really know how they did it. They just talked to a bunch of people and they were influential. They had charisma. There were no systems in place. Nothing like you're going to learn in Nashville. So it all fell apart for whatever reason. And then they have to go to another company and get the dopamine rush of launching again and building again. And the old company is the enemy, right? They're the enemy, the old upline, they're the enemy. And they got to build it again. They lose a little bit of credibility, lose a little bit of their team, okay, lose a little bit more time. And they never make as much money as they did. And they keep jumping. It's like when I got a cousin, just being transparent. My cousin's been on crack for probably 50 years, one of my older cousins. Been on crack for a long time, crackhead, long time. And I remember them telling me, when I was a kid, don't never start getting on crack. And so we don't do drugs because we understand. Our family members who were on drugs told us don't do drugs, and we listened because they was bad off then. Okay. And they said it's never as good as the first time. When you start becoming what I call an MLM prostitute, and it was so bad when I use this term, a lot of people who are MLM prostitutes, company jumpers, they get offended and they even sent emails to corporate. I kid you not. They sent emails to corporate. Marcus was probably here when that happened. And Paula said, Will, did you call people prostitutes? I said, no, Paula. I said, no. I said they were MLM prostitutes. They were company jumpers because they kept going from company to company to company to company to company and claiming every company is better. They got like 8 or 9 ex-wives at this point, 8 or 9 others. What you told me the last 6 companies was the best company ever. This is number 30. Like, okay. And I didn't apologize and I didn't say I wouldn't do it again. They just had to take their L. And look, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Stay at a company and build it forever. Prove me wrong, which they will not do. Okay. But when people do that and they keep jumping from company to company to company to company, you can't build anything that lasts. Okay? You can't build anything that lasts. So right now I'm going to give you, okay, 100%. And I'm going to tell you the percentages. And I want you to write this down. It's very important for you. And this means I don't have to go over it in Nashville. So this makes me very happy because we will not have time for this anyway. But this is Nashville caliber information you about to get. Okay? Just what we got. And some of this stuff is going to be confusing for some of you who haven't been with us a while. It's going to be a lot of information that comes at you. It may feel overwhelming. You know, we got a lot of calls. We have a lot of tools, a lot of videos, a lot of scripts, a lot of events. It can seem overwhelming to people. But for anybody who's been with us for a while, does it start to make sense after a while? Can y'all let the new people know that eventually this all starts to make sense and you start to see it for what it is? Okay, so let me give it to you. Now, as I give you this 100%, I'm going to give you a foundational rule. And this particular foundational rule for you to understand why I'm presenting this the way it is to you is unity leads to separation. Okay? When we as an organization and as leaders unify how we work, when we systematize and duplicate how we work, and when we make it look the same, you separate yourselves from the masses. Okay? You separate yourself from the masses. Unity leads to separation. Now, Will, why is this important? Because without unity, you will never build trust and speed. Okay? Coach Charlotte, Coach Seymour, Jessica, many others. We have a lot of military veterans on our team and we love them. Okay? We love them dearly. They understand that unity is how you build trust and speed. You got to be on the same page. You have to be on the same page. Okay? Now, for some of you, you're very creative and you have an incredible set of skills. All right. A lot of you, to be quite honest, and you're going to want to be very unique and very creative. I understand. If you have a creative tweak, that's awesome. Do us a favor, bring it upline. If it strengthens the mission, and we'll talk about it, if it strengthens the mission, we will implement it for everybody. And then we'll win because we move like a franchise, not like freelancers. Okay. Now, for example, we talked about this on the last call, buttons. I like the design of this button. Coach Marcus got these buttons. He ordered some more buttons. We all ordered some more buttons. They're going to be really cool. They may be here in time for Nashville. I don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I did the fastest expedited shipping we can do. We'll see. But I don't want to see buttons that are blue and yellow. I don't want to see buttons that have a different message. You'll have a business button and a product button. This is a business button. Now, Will, how come I want my buttons to look different? I know you do. But imagine if you got 50 people in your little city or 100 people in your city or 300 people in your city and all the buttons look the same. Do you understand you're building brand recognition now? Do you understand that if other people see that button, man, they go, man, I keep seeing that button. It's everywhere now. They're going to finally ask. I see the button at the airport. I see the button on Facebook. I see that same button. I got to ask somebody. The curiosity is killing me. But if they see a million different buttons, a million different colors, a million different sizes, a million different fonts, do you know it'll never click in their head it's the same company? You understand? They are certain, I would rather the button be a different color. I don't care. Will, I want a red, white, and blue, but I know you do. But unity equals separation. And for some of you, I'd rather you be rich than right. I'd rather you be rich. I really would. I'd rather you'd have that JSN money, truly. Okay. Here's the first 20% of your puzzle, and I'm gonna give you one guess to what it is. What's the first 20% of the 100% of network marketing stuff you need to know to leave behind 95% of the industry? You already know. What's the first 20%? Tommy, nailed it. your 20 reasons why. Your top 4 reasons need to be on the tip of your tongue. The top 4. You need, like, I'm literally looking at my top 20 list is everywhere around me. It's on my phone. My top 4 is there. My top 20 is here. It's everywhere. I can't look anywhere. It's here again and not see it. And my top 4, they got to be on the tip of your tongue. Your top 4 reasons have to be on the tip of your tongue. You got to know them. You don't have to tell me what they are. I'm not your sponsor, but you got to know them. Okay. Got it. I know. I just do. That's it. They got to know them. And here's the thing. Our mind works in pictures. So one smart thing you could do is download a picture of the top 4, whatever the pictures are. And if you don't have a really good color printer, you can send them to Walgreens on your app on your phone and get them for like 20 cents. Beautiful color pictures, whatever size you want. Get 10 of them a piece. Because when I say, for example, if I say the word axe throwing, or if I say the word Elvis Presley, you don't see the letters ELVIS pop up in your brain. You see a picture of Elvis, probably in a white suit with the hair and the microphone. You know what I'm saying? You see in picture, words go in, pictures show up in your brain. So it helps you take your top 4 reasons to another level when you see them all the time. And wasn't Coach Seymour just talking about vision? He even told you close your eyes at some point in that last exercise so you can create the vision in your mind. Okay? There's something that you got to do. Yeah, if you want to take a trip to New York and that's on your top 4 reasons, Statue of Liberty. Richard just made a great point about when you say Statue of Liberty, you think about the big green statue. You don't think the word statue of STATU. You don't see that in your head. You see the pictures. So if I were to ask you right now, what's your top 4 reasons, you should be able to say it without looking. And that simply lets me know if you can't, you got to really get that work in. You have to saturate your subconscious mind. Okay? You have to saturate your subconscious mind to just understand. I know exactly what mine are, for sure. Okay? Now, the next 5% of the puzzle is going to be your 5 core beliefs. You have to have a belief in the company. I hate to break it to you. I don't care how many times you have to go to the website, how many times you have to send an email support chat in. When you get your direct deposit, sometimes it's good to get a paper check. Sometimes it's good to make like a little $20, $30, $40, $50 withdrawal and take that 7 to 10 business days to get a paper check. Why? Because it takes your belief from here to here. You get your little paper check. Okay? We got a whole library. I'm like a year behind of putting the paper check library together for people. I'm going to do that tonight. Coach Marcus, can you please remind me to make sure I have that done for everybody who's attending Nashville? I want them to have access to the paper check library. It's like 60, 70, 80 pictures of people with paper checks. And you can use that on social media, really blow it up. Yeah, because we get checks here too. How you want your money, okay? So the point is you have to really have that belief in the company. Attending events, using the products, all of that work. Speaking of which, the second core belief, we're at 22% right now. 22% of what you need to leave 95% of network marketers in the dust. Products. 2 of the most important calls that you can be on, and anybody I sponsor new, I always recommend they get on these calls as part of their onboarding training at this point. If you don't attend no other calls, you attend a Detox Divas call and you attend Coach Marcus's call on Mondays. It builds their belief in the products. And one of the most important things you can do to become a really good retailer is collect and tell stories. But those 2 calls, Coach Marcus's testimonial call on Monday night and Coach Tina's Detox Divas call on Thursdays, they are the most important calls the entire company has, and that's including mine. That's the most important calls, okay? You don't need 1,000 customers, although some of you have the ability to do that, especially on social media. You probably need 4 or 5 or 6 lifetime customers that are going to buy, keep buying. They're going to use the products, get amazing testimonies, and they're going to make referrals. Other people are going to see them losing weight. They're going to understand how to make referrals. And don't be afraid to offer them a percentage. You get paid 25, 30% per order you get. If they send you a referral, tell them you will send us some cash. I would easily, to get referrals from my customers that I love, I would easily tell them, hey, any referrals you send, You get, 15%. Whoa, 15%. Yeah, real estate agents only get 4. You get 15%. And they send you a referral. And guess what? You better send them a cash app. I sent my barber a cash app the other day. He said, man, what's this for? I said, it's the referral you sent me. It's the referral you sent me. Oh, man, thank you. So that's a way to get people to give you referrals. And then when that customer goes in, you have that customer's information. They're in their email list now. You got they're in your email list. You got their phone number. You can do the 5-day call, a 15-day call, a 30-day. You can, yeah, y'all gonna see. You see how that's part of a system? Don't worry, it'll be made clear for you in Nashville. Don't even worry about taking notes. All right. The next belief, the business model of network marketing. That brings us to 23%. Having a strong belief in the business model of network marketing. You don't have to really love every company in the industry. There's some companies out here that are absolute garbage, trash. That's true. Can't argue with that. But there's some amazing companies out here. There's some amazing products out here, and the industry's done way more good than bad. I'm not worried about it. If you want to be mad at the industry, be mad at Hollywood. You want to be mad at the industry, be mad at the music industry and what they're trying to do to kids. Be mad at that. Or the fashion industry. Be mad at Balenciaga. If you want to be mad at the industry, don't be mad at network marketing. Network marketing didn't do nothing to y'all. The people who don't like network marketing tried it, but never learned or stuck around long enough to make it work, or they joined the wrong company at the wrong time, or things like that. You want to be mad at the school system for lying to us all our entire lives. Yeah, right. You want something to be a scam? Look at colleges taking all that money from them kids, and they don't have a job that'll pay no money. But they mad at us. Crazy. You got to believe in the business model of network marketing. You got to study winning models. Okay. You have to watch the videos like A Perfect Business, the Robert Kiyosaki video, Brilliant Compensation, Rise of an Entrepreneur. You have to do your part to develop belief in the company, the products, and the business model of network marketing. And so do your new reps. So whose job is it to let your new reps know that they need to build belief in these areas and get 20 reasons why? Whose job is it to let them know that? It's your job. It's your job to let them know. Now, it's their job to do it. If you send them a video and say, hey, watch this video, watch Brilliant Compensation, watch the band class, okay? They need to watch it. But it's your job to let them know. And if you haven't been doing that, let's fix it. Okay? Let me give you 2 more. That'll bring us to 25% of what you need to know to leave 95% of network marketers in the dust. You got to have belief in the pay plan. This wasn't even a thing 10 years ago. It wasn't. But now there are companies that are actually closing the doors and not paying people their money. Yeah, it happened to me before. I don't know if it happened to some of y'all before. If a network marketing company ever owed you money and didn't pay it and they closed, put a me in the chat, because it happened to me. And I'm like, man, we got to really understand that these pay plans, if they sound too good to be true, they just might be. Paula just tweaked the Go Desana pay plan last month. She tweaked it again this month. And for one thing, she's going to tweak it again next month. I'm not worried about it. I know it's going to pay out the most it can possibly pay and not have to close the company. The HBM pay plan underwent some tweaks in the last 6 years. Still pays out more than anything else in the industry, but it has absolutely got to be something where the company can stay open. Some of these companies, I hate to say it, they pay out so much money, they can't afford to stay open, but they don't care. And the owners are going to make that money and they out of here. They're out of here. They're going to close the doors. Yeah, that happens to companies all the time. I hate to say it, but you got to have belief in the pay plan. And that's a good thing about you understanding how the money works. When you can show the plan, even if you're not showing the plan, but you know how to show the plan, you understand how your pay plan works at a level 95% of network marketers never do, even the ones that make $10,000 a month. They have no idea how they did it. No clue. Okay. And the 5th belief, everybody knows this one, it's going to be a belief in yourself. Okay. Belief leads to action. Write that down in your notes. Belief leads to action. When you believe, you act. I can tell if you people say, oh, well, I believe in what we're doing. I love the products and the pay plan's amazing. If you really believed in it, I would see it in your activity, because belief leads to action. If I really believe I'm gonna hit the 3-point shot at the end of the game, I really believe it because I put the work in, I'm gonna call for the ball and I'm gonna shoot the shot. I'm not gonna get the ball and not do nothing. Okay? If I don't do nothing, that shows lack of belief. Belief leads to activity. Okay? That's the first 25%. Now, the next 25%, get us up to 50%, is going to be mastering retail. Okay? Mastering retail. This is very, very important. It's very, very important. Gets you up to, understanding this gets you up to 50%. Mastering retail. Now, you don't have to sell products forever, but you do have to get product into the marketplace. And yes, you can use retail to get to recruit. And we talk about this every couple of calls. You'll have all of the scripts and details in Nashville. We do a 5-day, 15-day, 30-day follow-up. We do it. I don't like to do it. I hate making those calls, but I got to do it because I have to provide valuable customer service after the sale. Okay. We have a button for retail and we have a button for recruiting. This is a recruiting button. The buttons we have coming out look just like this. The message is slightly different, but it's a button for retail. And you can wear one day and one the next day. All right, but you have tools. We have one set of drop card scripts for retail and one set for recruiting. All right. We have card tags. You got your card magnets. Some folks have the card magnets, which I love to see those. There was a person with the card magnet the other day. Their car was absolutely atrocious. They had a bungee cord holding the trunk down on the back of the car, but it was the company was who was it? It wasn't Young Living. I couldn't get the angle right on my phone to take a picture because the bungee on the trunk had it up and the sticker was on the back of their trunk. But the on the back of the window of a little SUV, but I couldn't get the good angle of it because the thing was trying to open, but the bungee was holding it down, so I couldn't get a good picture in traffic, and but I wanted to because I would have recruited them, so we can save them, honestly, okay. But there were a bunch of different ways. Jessica even made a book. Or Dee Dee, I think it might have been Jessica, but somebody made a book, a product catalog that they had in St. Louis that I got a copy of. Like, oh, this is amazing. I'm using that catalog to make some brochures. They won't be ready by the time Nashville comes out, but we'll put some in the mail to people. We're going to have brochures, color really trifold brochures on our top 10 products. You don't have to explain everything. You can hand out a brochure if you so choose, but we'll have those soon. Okay. Now, the next 25% get you to 75% right here. Now that and again, we're not telling you all the ways to master retailing. You can use Facebook as an amazing way to retail products. TikTok is an amazing way to retail products. There's tons of different ways to retail products, but at some point, you're going to have to master retailing product, even if it's just to get 5, 6, 7, 8 lifetime customers. But you got to get good enough at Hot Market is an amazing retail system. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. People still haven't figured out yet that when you first get started, asking your friends and family to join you in business when you haven't made any money is pretty crazy. But asking them to support you with a product order is pretty smart. It's pretty smart. Other companies and teams haven't even figured it out yet. We've been doing this for years. I'm like, how have y'all not figured out that you make way more upfront money and get way more sales and get way more commissions and way more customers by just switching the order that you do things? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. But the next 25% brings us to 75% is going to be the master recruiting. Now, we'll be telling you a ton of amazing recruiting information in Nashville. Well, we're going to keep it very systematized and very duplicatable. So you may think, well, how come you're not telling us about this way? Well, some of you are Michael Jordan, you're 3%ers, and you can recruit however you want to recruit. But don't get mad at me when you don't have any duplication in your organization. And don't get mad at me when the only people in your organization that are winning are other 3%ers that you just happen to bring on board because you're so good. You're so good, you sponsor 1,000 people, and then you got 2 people on the team that are 3%ers, and then all they know how to do is go sponsor 1,000. Everybody else dies. You don't really care because you got volume, because it's 3%ers sponsoring 3%ers sponsoring 3%ers, and ain't nobody doing that. Everybody's doing their own thing. There's no unification. But the checks are good, so you really don't care about developing systems because your check is good. You don't want to upset the apple cart. You can still have the 3%ers there working and blowing it up until they quit and go somewhere else or get distracted. But what about the other 999 people? What about them? What about them? Okay. So when we teach you different ways to recruit, which all work, okay, which all work in Nashville, know that we're teaching recruiting methods that are duplicatable. So some of you will say, oh, that's boring. I don't want to do it like that. I know, Michael Jordan. I know, Elvis. I know you want to be special and you want to do it a certain way, but you're not the problem. It's the fact that you don't have a team. You got some followers, but you have no leaders undergoing development. You don't have any leaders on your team that are being developed. You have some people that were 3% leaders before they ever got to this team. That's not a system. That's just their God-given, non-transferable skills. Okay. And it's just not duplicatable. And you're losing 999 people. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Okay. So the point is, we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there. So you can teach this to people, and it just works. It just works. And it rains, it works. When it sun's out, it just flat out works. And this is what I want you to understand. You may want to go sponsor 1,000 people. This is for everybody. But I'm going to tell you what has served me far better years than sponsoring 10,000 people, and you can't even find 9,999 of them at the end of the day. Sponsor as many people as you can. Let me be clear. Offer this gift of these companies to as many people as you can. That part is true. But I'm going to tell you a goal, and this is something I'll repeat at Nashville because it's very, very important for you. If you can get 3 to 5 serious people a year and you train them, 3 to 5 serious people a year, for 3 to 5 years, you will be an absolute rock star, guaranteed multiple 6-figure earner annually, not just, oh, I hit 100. No. You'll be making that in a year. Whatever you made so far, took you 3, 4, 5 years to make it, you'll make that in a year. I'm gonna say it again because it's so important. And this is what I've learned over the last 6 years with the Green Organics family of companies. This is the way these companies work. You would be better off sponsoring 3 to 5 serious people a year for 3 to 5 years. You'll set yourself up for life. I have seen the data, I have ran the numbers, I have looked at organizations, thousands and thousands of people. I am telling you, when I made that shift in my green organics business, when that paradigm happened, I'm telling you, you will be a rock star, of all rock stars, if you can focus on becoming a serious leader. Become the leader first. But if you sponsor 3 to 5 serious people a year for 3 to 5 years, sky's the limit. Absolute sky's not even a limit. Okay. Now you had about 75%, and the last 25% that'll get you to leave 95% of network marketers in the dust. Let's get to that. But let me make sure you understand this mindset. And we put this in the book. If you haven't read it already, you probably want to get it. McDonald's didn't win because they had the best tasting hamburger. McDonald's has $1 trillion market valuation, not because they have the best hamburger. They won because they had a repeatable model. This is why Coach Marcus teaches the same thing on Franchise Factor every single week. Just tomorrow. Okay? It's a duplicatable system. I know some of you don't like it. I know it's boring to some of our more creative type. I understand. But when we started doing that, I made $1 million. When we started doing that, Coach Marcus made $1 million. If you continue to do that, we saw people doing that. We saw multiple 6-figure earners within the same calendar year. We hadn't seen that since 2020. And now we got so many $10,000 and $25,000 and $50,000 earners, I can't even count them all. There's so many $10,000 and $25,000 earners right now, I don't even know all their names. but they're going to be the next group of six-figure earners. And then that group that comes behind them, and then that group will become the seven-figure earners next year. It's predictable when you keep it boring and duplicatable because anybody can do it. Okay. Now this is the last 25%. And this is understanding this stuff. Okay. The last 25% is really mindset stuff. You know all the actions. You got your internal motivations down. You know how to retail, know how to recruit. You got to master that stuff. If you master it, you can teach it. But the last 25% is mindsets. It's a leadership paradigm shift. Okay. Now I'm going to give you the phases. In phase one, when you start to come in, this is the paradigm shift I need you to have for the last 25%. When you come into this industry, maybe not our company if you got some experience, but when you come into this industry, everybody enters this industry at level one, trying to convince people, trying to twist people's arms to get them into business. We've all been there and done that. And we killed a few. We killed a few. How many people, anybody who says they never tried to convince anybody to get into the business and talk them into it, you're probably being dishonest. Or you've never talked to anybody. Okay. But that's level one. And we got to get kind of past that. Eventually you're gonna graduate. When you start making a couple $1,000s, you're gonna graduate at some point, and you're gonna realize that professionals don't convince, professionals sift and sort. Yeah, the go get them method, right? Yeah, the go sick them training program. Go sick them, go get them, right? But we stopped trying to convince people at some point. And that's more of a neutral posture. It's very confident. We don't do a lot of convincing. Bro, see, listen. And I tell people this when I sometimes get messages, from people, Coach Will, so-and-so, this is what they told me. What should I do? What can I tell them to get them involved? And this is, I'm going to just tell them the same thing I tell them. And they want to answer. They want a magic closing script so bad. Sometimes I'll give it to them just because that's what they expect. And they'll get that sale, but that person's not going to do anything. If somebody needs every answer before they make a move, that's a sign, not a challenge. It's not a challenge. If someone needs every answer before they move, that is a sign. This is what I recommend. Bless them and keep it moving. Gonna save you a lot of time. And this is all under that last 25%. Get these notes down. This has got to, you got to get it. Okay, get this down. This is gonna set you apart. Because we're only looking for the perfect prospect. Perfect prospect customer, perfect prospect distributor. And ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you, what is the definition of the perfect prospect? They're at the high noon position. More specifically, what does that mean? Jessica, that's correct. But what does that mean? What is the perfect prospect? What does the high noon position mean? We are looking for who? Carol's almost got it. Thank you, Miriam. Lynn got it. We're looking for the right person at the right time in their life. And we have to respect their timing, okay? We have to respect their timing. The perfect prospect is all we're ever looking for, and that is the right person at the right time in their life. And I hate to break it to you. This is a hard lesson for me to accept when I'm going through my paradigm shift. They don't have to be convinced. They don't have to be closed. They will join just because their window is wide open. It's at high noon. They're ready. You just got to go through the numbers. The law of averages will always work forever. And everybody's got a number. Put that in this last 25%. There's a certain number of exposures that once you expose that number of people, it equals your top 20 reasons fulfilled. Understand that formula as part of this 25% mindset shift that you got to have on this call tonight. Let me give you the last one. We're all still in that last 25%. We're just doing mindset work right now. Put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. If you start to understand a little bit of how it's supposed to go versus how it's been. Now, you start off trying to convince people and twist arms. We've been there, it's okay. Then you start sorting because you understand that we're just looking for the right person at the right time in their life. If it ain't you, next. And it's okay. It's okay. Next, right? There's one more level that you go to when you go from convincing, then you understand sifting and sorting. And right here, though, before your business goes to the moon, here's the last paradigm shift that you got to understand. at least for the night before we get to Nashville. You have to understand that you have the gold. You have the goose that lays the golden eggs. When you really, and Nashville will make sure this happens for you. I promise you, Nashville will make sure this happens for you. If it didn't already. You have the #1 opportunity, for now at least, in the free enterprise system. You have the best products as of right now on the planet. On the planet. We have a product training coming for you in Nashville that's never been done before. That you have never seen it like this. You're gonna be so fired up at the Nashville product training, you are probably gonna run out the door midway through it just to start calling people. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay? When you know you have the best pay plan, the best products, the best system, the best support, the most loyal team, the most loyal company, when you know you have that, your posture goes from here to here. You just don't be trying to enroll anybody. There are some people I tell them, no, this is probably not a good fit for you. You probably need to find something else to do, Chief. I'm gonna be honest. You might need to go sell hammers at the flea market or do Uber. You know, bro, Uber, for what you're trying to do in this short conversation, because I don't waste a lot of time with people, you probably need to do something else. When you get to that level of posture and you know what you really got your hands on, that is the paradigm shift that you have to make that's going to put you in past 95% of network marketers. But you got to understand it, and you have to build your belief to the standpoint that when you get to that, doing exposures and getting people to take a look at the products of the business, you will never stop doing that because you know you're doing them a favor. When I recruit someone or I retail a product, if I wear a button and I go out to the store, I'm doing everybody in that store a favor, a huge favor, and nobody can convince me otherwise. I am that confident in what our products do for people, period. Period. I am that confident in what our pay plan does for people, period. And can't nobody convince me otherwise. You can't. I'm unrecruitable. I know what we have. And some people just aren't at that paradigm shift. They aren't there yet. Okay. Now, if you want that, and that's it. That's 100% of what you need to leave 95% of network marketers in the dust. And if anything that I just talked about in that 100%, if anything Coach Seymour talked about that you don't really understand, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is at that point. Well, I'm doing all of that, but I just can't recruit people. You probably have a self-talk problem. It's a belief problem in yourself because belief equals activity. You got to change the channel in your head. Take the remote control and change the channel in your head because your activity will always tell the truth about your belief. What you do will always show the truth about what you believe. And when your belief turns real, activity becomes automatic. When your belief turns real, when your paradigm shifts, when you really realize you have the gold, okay? When that happens, your activity becomes automatic. Automatic. You will know your top 4 reasons why off the back of your hand. Nashville is not even up for debate. You don't miss calls. You recruit every day. You retail every day because you know you're moving forward toward the goal and you believe and you understand in your heart when you got the goal, when you got that last 25%, you're not doing anything to people. You're doing something for people. And that is something 95% of network marketers cannot actually say and be honest about it. I hate to say it. I was watching the Live Good reps years ago, back when y'all, half the people, I forgot about them already. I was watching Live Good reps just spam people to death. And I'm like, y'all know in your heart that them products is trash. You know that them products is just relabeled products from SBC. That's why they're so dry and crackly, because they're old. Just put different labels on them. Y'all knew that. Some people, well, we told you. Those reps knew that they were doing something to people and they felt dirty doing it, which is why they didn't last. They knew it in their heart. They knew. We know that we're doing something for people. And if you don't, you will not leave Nashville online or in person. You will 100% paradigm shift in that room or online, guaranteed. I guarantee it. Now, I'll tell you, the stuff that we teach, I don't want to take credit for any of that. Let me be honest to you. I didn't make any of that stuff up. Let me tell you where it comes from. It comes from hundreds of thousands of pages, books and DVDs and videos and everything. But where it really comes from? It really comes from doing everything the wrong way for so long. Doing everything the wrong way for so long. That eventually you just figure out, hey, this works. Let's add this to the system. Ooh, this is terrible. Marcus, we failed with that one too, bro. Let's throw that in the trash. Let's try it. Oh, that's working good. And that, okay. And what we figured out with the systems that we'll be teaching you in Nashville, the product training we'll be teaching you in Nashville, a lot of this stuff you'll be hearing for the first time, which is why I'm so excited about this event, is because we figured out that we just got to work with it the way it is. You have to work with this industry the way it is, not the way you want it to be. And that is a huge lesson for anybody who wants to become a leader. It's probably not going to change in our lifetime. It was like this 50 years ago. It'll probably be like this the next 50 years because our real product is people and people are people. People go people, okay? And in everything, you got to really see the industry the way it is, not the way you want it to be. I wish we didn't have to follow up with people that we get products. I wish that they would just get the product and automatically go on auto ship and order month after month after month. I wish that they wouldn't just get the product and maybe never use it if we don't call them and make sure. I wish we didn't have to make those phone calls. I wish that we didn't have to, do social media a certain way to give value and recruit. I wish we didn't have to follow up at all. I wish Coach Tina didn't even have to write a book and have a journal on following up. I'm glad she did because I got it. It's a great tool. It's amazing. I wish we didn't have to develop new skills like how to tell a good story. I wish that we didn't have to get Sydney's book and read it and learn how to tell a good story because stories sell, facts and figures tell. That's a huge network marketing skill, is how to sell. If you don't have Sydney's book or Coach Tina's book, I hope they both bring in a bunch of them to Nashville. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. And I wish that we didn't have to acquire new skills. I wish we didn't have to get on these calls every night. I wish we didn't have to have $100 or $200 in auto ship. I wish none of that was necessary. It's just the way it is. If you want your 20 reasons why, if there's another way for you to go do it, go do it. Go do it. I mean, if you don't, there's another way to do it, go do it. Please do. And let us know. We'll all come with you, right? But that is how it works. You just got to work with the way it is and do not fall into the trap of negotiating the price of success, trying to change the industry to what you want it to be. I've seen it happen hundreds of times where people negotiate the price of success so long that they would have been successful if they'd have just went ahead and paid the dang thing. I wish it was different. I truly do. I wish you didn't have to go through the rejection. I wish you didn't have to read the books or watch the videos. I wish you didn't have to do any of that. I wish you didn't have to order business cards or drop cards, or I wish you didn't have to travel out of your state to go to events. I wish you didn't have to do none of that. It's just the way it is. And I don't see that changing in the next 50 years. Okay? Just being honest with you. We're going to shoot you straight. We have learned to work with this industry the way it is. And that's why we have the success we have. Understood? So thank you all for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Miriam, for putting this together, for hosting. Thank you, Coach Seymour, and for your kind words. And thank you, Coach Marcus, as well. I personally, will not see y'all again other than Nashville. We don't have a call on Sunday, next Sunday either. We always have that call off because we're doing fun family stuff. But it's going to be a great event. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to work really hard, and everybody's going to walk out of there 100% better, guaranteed. Guaranteed. If your business is slow, Nashville is what you need. If your business is fast, Nashville needs you. Okay, so I appreciate y'all so much. Good night. God bless. And we will see y'all on the next one. Tomorrow night, we got Coach Marcus and Coach Sonic going back to back. That's always a great Wednesday. And then Thursday, we got Coach Tina with Detox Divas. Cannot wait to see that. And Coach Marcus, business opportunity as well. If you aren't using those as tools, you're missing out on some of the best resources we have. But we'll fix that for you this week. Don't worry. All right. So y'all have a good night. God bless. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you so much.